guys, I'm Ryna and welcome to GRE Fridays. Every week I post a video about some GRE topic you can expect to see on the test. Today we are talking about algebraic equations with two variables and how to solve them. If you want to follow along, one of the questions is made up, but the other one you can find in this book. Page 70, question number 13. Let's get started. Today I'm going to discuss solving algebraic equations with two variables. Here's an example of this. If 2m plus 7t equals 28, what is m in terms of t? Because there are two variables, m and t, but only one equation, we can't solve in the way we might originally think. We're not going to get a numeric value for m or t. But we can still use the algebraic concepts we know in order to solve for one variable in terms of the other. What that really means is we need to get m alone on one side of the equation, and everything else, including t, will get to the other side of the equation. Let's begin. Our first step is to subtract 7t from both sides. We're going to get 2m equals 28 minus 7t. And then we can divide both sides by 2. And we'll have m equals 28 minus 7t over 2. And it's as simple as that. This is m in terms of t. I want to take a look at a more difficult example of this type of problem next. Here's our more difficult problem. If r plus s over 4 plus 5 equals r over 4 plus s over 5, which of the following statements must be true? This problem is more difficult not only because there's r and s on both sides of the equation, but also there's fractions. And another thing too that we have to pay attention to is we have answer choices here. So one of these has to be the answer, right? The thing is that sometimes you might solve an equation all the way and go farther than the way the answer is given in the answer choices. So we have to kind of be mindful of what's going on here as we're solving the top part here. Our first step is going to be to simplify the left side of the equation to r plus s over 9. And then on the right side, we are going to have to combine these into one fraction, just like we have one fraction on the left side, so that we can actually compare. In order to do that, we need to find a common denominator. That's the only way to add fractions together. They have to have the same number on the bottom. So our common denominator, in this case, we can just multiply 4 times 5. 20 is our common denominator. And remember that in order to change r over 4 to something over 20, we have to multiply top and bottom by the same thing. So here we multiplied 4 times 5 to get 20, so we multiply r times 5. We get 5r. And then for the s over 5, we multiplied 5 times 4 to get 20, so let's multiply s times 4, 4s over 20. Now we can cross multiply and get rid of the fractions altogether, which is something that always the first step that you want to do, get rid of the fractions. Then we're going to get r to one side and s to the other side. So we get 20 times the quantity r plus s equals 9 times the quantity 5r plus 4s. And now we can distribute our numbers, because remember, these ultimately we want r and s to relate to each other in the same way as one of those answer choices. So we're going to get 20r plus 20s equals 45r plus 36s. And if you remember all the answer choices, they showed r on the left side and s on the right side. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to figure out how to move my r's to the left and my s's to the right. And so I'm going to come in here and subtract 45r from both sides and subtract 20s from both sides so that I can do that switcheroo. So on the left side, we're going to have negative 25r. Negative 25r equals 16s. So now we're stuck in this weird situation because this negative 25r equals 16s is not one of the answer choices, but answer choice E is 25r equals negative 16s. So how can we possibly make this look like that? Well, if we multiply both sides by -1, we're going to get rid of the negative on the left side because -1 times -25 is positive 25. So we get 25r equals negative 16s. And that is our answer. Thanks for watching. If there's a specific GRE question you're looking for answers for, let me know and we will make a video on it. So I'll see you next time. Take care.